There are a few things here, Shweta. First of all, the various groups of the participants in which you discuss and share and reflect and converse with each other are merely groups of participants. The text in those groups, especially the opinions and the reflections and the personal and subjective interpretations, are not the absolute truth. People talking over scriptures is just people talking over scriptures. That does not make their talk scriptural. But if you do not have deep and exclusive love for the one real thing, then you can get distracted. The benefit with being madly in love with the one is that you do not give too much importance to others. There is an entire procession the whole wedding party, the barat, that comes along with the groom. You welcome all the members of the wedding party, don't you? You welcome them, you take care of them, you listen to them, you arrange for them. But you don't fall in love with them, do you? You obviously very well know who in that entire motley crowd is the one. Who is the one? The groom. No, processions are processions, parties are parties, people are people, groups are groups. People will chat, people will talk. What makes their discussion sweet is only one thing, that they all are in the vicinity of the one. That's why they are not merely tolerable, but they are actually welcome. You want to be friends with them. Why does the group exist? This group is like the wedding party. A huge barat. And the numbers are swelling every month. But why does it exist in the first place? It exists for the one. But periodically, You have these phases, these episodes, Shweta, when you seem to forget the groom, when you get too interested in too many other people. Obviously, you have to be respectful and loving and caring towards everybody in the party. But none of them are a substitute for the groom, for the one. The one has to be remembered. When the one is remembered, then all the chit chat and even the casual banter becomes sweet. Otherwise, you will get so deeply engaged. Otherwise, you will get so seriously involved. Then your head will start spinning. 200 people, 500 people, 5,000 people. All singing to their own personal tunes. And everybody has a personal life. All have their own ideas and opinions and reflections. And all are greatly entitled and welcome to put forth their opinions and reflections and thoughts and whatever perspectives. Their congregation, their getting together makes the place, the occasion, the group beautiful. It gives it a rich diversity. And you also know that you are amongst friends. You also know that all of you are related to each other via one common center. The one common center. The common center has to be remembered. When the common center is remembered, then two things happen. Firstly, you never forget why you are present in the group, in the party. You never forget why you are present there. Why are you present there? For the sake of the dancers? For the sake of the cook and the caterer? For the sake of the musician? For the sake of the priest? For the sake of having some good time? You are present there for the sake of your love. Why do you forget your love? That is one thing that happens. You do not forget who you are. And the second great thing that happens is that you do not forget who the others are. While you maintain all love and respect for them, while you maintain your relationship with them, yet you do not let that relationship become too important for you. You do not let that relationship override your relationship with the one. And that's a great mistake that happens, Why? Because we are creatures of flesh and blood. We live in gross forms. The one is hardly ever visible. Who is always visible? The others. The entire party is visible. The groom remains mostly hidden. So, you fall in the trap of developing great relationships with others, which is great, as long as you remember what the others are here for. What are the others here for? One. So even when you develop relationships with the others, you have to remember that that relationship is via somebody else. That center has to be remembered. Then you won't start according undue weightage to others. And when you do not accord undue weightage to others, you also do not get unduly distracted by others. No? If others start mattering too much to you, it's only then that others will start troubling you too much. If someone doesn't matter too much to you, how can he trouble you too much? You are saying the discussions and such things that happen on the group and the sharing and the text and the videos, they start troubling you. They start troubling you. That means that you do not know what to attach value to. Had you been one-pointed, then you would not have been troubled, and even if you have been troubled, you would have been troubled only by the one. Why have you allowed all and sundry to trouble you? Why has the group, the congregation become so important? On one hand, the congregation is necessary. It's a celebration. On the other hand, you must know what you are celebrating. The whole thing is for the bride and the groom. Everybody else has only an ancillary presence. But being the forgetful people that we are, we act as the bride that marginalizes the groom and gets lost with the dancing party. Now the dancers are just dancers. They give her a good time for a while, and then they disappoint her. And then she says, this groom is no good. In his wedding, I got disappointed. Hello. Did you remember the groom at all? Instead of the groom, you started having fun with the
others.
halwai. Now the halwai will be halwai. He is no groom. It's very important to remember this. Who did you come here for? The groom or the halwai? Why are you spending so much time with the halwai? Sometimes it happens. All kinds of things happen in the world. One has heard of tales where the bride ran away with the halwai. The sweets were so very tempting. The halwai kept her feeding one rasgulla after the other, and she kept running after the halwai. Isa is not making much sense out of it. She has not seen many Indian weddings. But still you must take the lesson. You know who halwai is? Who? Yes, good. Are you getting it? And that is why, Shweta, in religious organizations, in ashrams, even in monastic orders, so many miscellaneous, off-center, divergent, distractful things start happening. Because people who had assembled for one single reason forget the reason. They start thinking that they have assembled for the sake of each other. Some get distracted because they fall in love with each other, and some get distracted because they start hating each other. Yours appears to be the second case. There is a group, and sometimes you find the group too much for yourself. They are posting incomprehensible messages. They are saying things that don't make sense. Or they are posting too many messages. Or what they are posting is something you can't relate with, and then you say, oh, this is all too much. And then you say, I won't participate and I will get away. You are getting away from the one. Whether you get too much attached to the group, or whether you start hating the group, it's the same thing. In either situation, the center of your thinking and activity is no more the one. I won't see the doctor because I don't like these patients here, Some of them stink. What else do you expect? They are patients. Or you go to the doctor and find somebody so handsome that you book a private surgery cabin with the fellow. Only the two of us, not even the surgeon is needed. In either case, you are trying to defeat the doctor. Shweta? Look at what you have sent. The session is supposed to be based on Nitnem. No Nitnem here at all. So many books, none of them you find worth mentioning. What do you find worth mentioning? Oh, I feel disconnected with the others. The messages in the groups, the videos in the groups, can't process them, they are taxing on the brain. Where is Guru Nanak Sahib here? What have you been put in that group for? To read miscellaneous messages or to read the Nitnem? No Nitnem at all. Except for Nitnem, you are talking of everything else. And that's the greatest tragedy that can happen, You are brought to Krishna and you fall in love with one of the Gwalas. Anything can happen. Where is Guru Nanak Sahib here? Tell me. It's a very important discipline for everybody who is associated with a spiritual organization or group or order or whatever. Never forget what you are here for. The others are incidental. Others come and go. The one remains. You are here for the one. The others are lovable. Yes, they are. But they are lovable only because and only as long as they are
for the one, related to the one.
In love with the one, just as you are in love with the one. You relate to the other as a co-admirer. I admire the one, you too admire the one, so we both relate to each other in no other capacity but in our identity as common lovers of the one. That's your identity and that's my identity. You love the one, I too love the one, so we both talk to each other. Otherwise there is no relationship with each other. There need not be any relationship with each other. What else would you do with each other? Gossip? Chat? Wander? Have fun? Is that what you came to a spiritual gathering for? Haven't you already had enough of that? Aren't you already so fed up of that you came to the religious gathering in the first place to get rid of that? So you are doing in the spiritual order exactly the same things that you wanted to get rid of by coming to the spiritual order. How intelligent is that? We have had so many cases where one member of the organization or the group actually becomes a screen or a shield, preventing many others from coming to the one. Instead of being a helping hand that helps others to come directly to the one, many knowingly, unknowingly become screens. Their very presence blocks many others from coming to the one. Actually, the ego wants to become a substitute to the one. So the ego says, why go to the one? Come to me. I will tell you things that the one is supposed to tell. This is a great disservice and foolishness, obviously. Why do I say foolishness? Because, Shweta, a group is just a group. It's a learner's group. It's a student's group. They are trying to express themselves, and it's great that they are trying to express themselves. The words being expressed in the group will never be able to match the direct words coming from scriptures. But you act disappointed as if you wanted pure nectar to be overflowing on the group. How is that ever going to happen? The group is a place where learners are there. The group is a place where you find greenhorns, not veterans. Like kids who are just learning to walk. So they'll stumble, they will fall. They are not accomplished runners. If you want pure content, then go directly to the one. But that needs love. That needs the one-pointed love of the bride for the groom. Even though an entire crowd is present, I look only at the one. In fact, as you have written, that after getting distracted and after being away for some days, then you come across a video or quote which brings you back and gets you connected. You should be thankful to the group. It's the group that brings those quotes and those videos to you. But without a one-pointed love, you will remain at the mercy of conditions. when there would be general miscellaneous, tasteless stuff on the group, then you will feel distracted. And then when just coincidentally you come across a quote or a relatable video on the group, then you will say, oh, it has helped me reconnect. Both these are situational things, pure coincidences. Do you want to live at the mercy of coincidence? Just as man forgets what he came to the world for, similarly, our forgetful tendencies make us forget what we came to the Guru's gathering for. And if we are so very absent-minded that we can totally forget the very purpose of life, then obviously we can also forget the purpose of our presence in an organization. Spiritual amnesia. Remember everything else and forget the real thing. All the miscellaneous and useless details are to be remembered. The central point is to be forgotten. Shweta, nickname, next class, come back. Yes, I understand the halwai is wonderful, but the groom is utterly handsome. Try.